Have you ever felt like you're getting whiplash from the news about AI and jobs? One day you read a headline that says, AI is coming for all of our jobs. But then, the very next day, you see another one saying companies are desperate for human talent because of AI. So what is actually going on? I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got these screaming headlines about mass layoffs, thousands of people losing their jobs, especially in tech, as companies pivot to AI. But then on the other side, you've got all these studies and CEOs insisting that human skills are more critical than ever before. So which one is it? Are the robots taking over, or are we about to enter a golden age of human talent?
So that's the big question we're going to tackle. What is really happening in the job market of 2026? Are we being replaced, or are we actually becoming more valuable? Let's dig into the data and see if we can unravel this thing.
Okay, first things first, we have to talk about the layoffs. They are very real, and this isn't just a simple market correction, a little downturn. Companies are calling this a massive strategic shift, the great AI realignment.
And the scale here is just staggering. In just the last 6 months of 2025, the tech sector alone got rid of over 60,000 jobs. That's not a small adjustment. That is a tidal wave of change.
Let's put some big names to these numbers. Take Amazon. They laid off a massive 14,000 corporate employees. Why? Part of their goal to become, in their words, more leanly organized.
And Microsoft wasn't too far behind. They cut almost 9,000 jobs from their global workforce, all while dealing with the rising costs of scaling their own massive AI infrastructure. And it's not just the core tech roles. Salesforce, for example, laid off 4,000 customer service agents. And that's because they're relying more and more on AI systems that can handle really complex customer issues all on their own.
And you don't even have to guess the reason. The CEO of Salesforce, Mark Benioff, said it out loud. He said that AI is now handling up to 50% of the company's service workload, which lets him shift resources around. He's not just cutting costs, he's reallocating his entire strategy around AI.
So here's the key takeaway from all this. These layoffs, they're part of a very deliberate, very strategic pivot. Companies are fundamentally realigning their entire workforce to pour money and resources into AI, all in the hopes of becoming way more efficient.
Okay, so that's the layoff story, but at the exact same time, there's a completely different story unfolding. New research is showing that people, actual humans, are the single most important part of making AI work. So let's look at the other side of this paradox.
Now, to get this, we really need to understand a key term, human capital. It's not just a buzzword for how many employees you have. It's the total economic value of a worker's skills, their experience, their training, their health, even their loyalty. It's basically everything that makes a human employee unique and valuable.
So what does it actually take to build this strong human capital? Well, it's not about ping-pong tables and free snacks. It's about the real foundations, things like great training, fair pay, a genuine work-life balance, and good working conditions, the basics. And here's the thing. When companies actually invest in their people like this, the results are totally measurable. Research from Oxford University shows a direct link to higher productivity, more profits, and happier customers. But, and this is the absolute kicker, the most crucial finding is this. Companies with stronger human capital have significantly higher future AI adoption. It turns out skilled, happy, secure employees are the secret sauce to making new tech work.
And it looks like corporations are finally starting to get the memo. Just look at this. Since 2020, there's been a massive 25-point jump in companies that have a formal well-being strategy. They're realizing that investing in their people isn't just nice, it's a huge competitive advantage.
Which, of course, brings us right back to our big, confusing paradox. If skilled, supported people are the key to making AI successful, then why on earth are companies firing thousands of them to pay for that exact same AI? It doesn't make any sense. Well, it turns out the answer isn't a contradiction at all. It's actually a tale of two very different types of jobs. What we're seeing is a massive rebalancing of the entire labor market.
To put it as simply as possible, this isn't a contradiction, it's a skills mismatch. The job market isn't just shrinking or growing, it's fundamentally changing its shape.
Think of it like this. On one side, you have your traditional white-collar office jobs. Admin work, data analysis, marketing, HR. These jobs involve a lot of routine digital tasks, making them super vulnerable to AI automation. And that's exactly where we're seeing the layoffs. But on the other side, you have blue-collar and skilled trades, electricians, welders, plumbers, construction workers. These jobs require you to be physically present to solve problems with your hands, things AI is terrible at. So while office workers are facing pink slips, these fields are facing massive labor shortages and their wages are going up.
And there are three big forces driving this split. First, there's the technology itself. AI is just way better at automating digital stuff, like writing a report, than it is at physical stuff, like wiring a house. Second are education trends. For decades, we pushed everyone towards a 4-year college degree, which means fewer and fewer people went into the skilled trades. And third, simple demographics. The current blue-collar workforce is getting older and retiring way faster than we can replace them.
So, the layoffs are real, and the war for talent is also real. They're just happening in different corners of the economy. The big question is, what does this great rebalancing mean for you and for your career?
All right, so here's how you can navigate this new world. First, focus on developing skills that are hard for AI to copy. We're talking about creativity, deep critical thinking, and especially hands-on problem solving. Second, no matter what field you're in, you've got to upskill in tech. The goal isn't to beat the AI, it's to become an expert at working with it. And third, it's seriously time to reconsider the skilled trades. The demand is through the roof, the job security is incredible, and the wages are climbing fast. The old stigma just doesn't apply anymore.
And, all of this really leads us to the most important question of our era. It's not really about if AI will take our jobs. It's about what we, as humans, decide to do with all the time and the talent that AI is going to free up. In a world of intelligent machines, what is the new value of a human?